The ultimate strategy for cracking NEETPG exam is keeping in mind two simple things. First, the structure of the exam. NEETPG comprises of 200 questions. Now you need to divide these 200 questions into three sets. Let us start with the most difficult set. 50 questions. These are called the tricky questions or newly framed questions or the tough questions or the bad batch of questions. These questions will be in everyone's set, and for every student, these questions would be tough or new or tricky to solve. So you need not panic in the examination hall about these some 50 sets of questions. Now, these 50 sets of questions, if you have a bad luck, could fall in your first set of 40 questions because the exam is divided into 5 sets of 40 questions each. Your first 40 questions could be these bad batch or tricky questions, which might loosen your confidence in the examination hall. But now, if you're listening to me, remember these 40 questions or 50 questions, which are the bad questions, will fall in everybody's paper. Everyone has to give a thought about these questions. Everyone is confused among 2 or 3 options in these questions. So you're not the only one. Do not lose hope. Now, the strategy lies in the next 150 questions. Now, the next 50 questions, I call them as easy questions because these are directly from your notes. Whether you're following prep ladder, marrow, bhatia, dams, anything, the course material is more or less the same and your preparation is more or less the same. So these questions are directly from your notes and you cannot miss out on these questions. So these 50 sets of questions are the easy questions. Everybody is going to make these correct and so do you. Now the next 100 questions are the previous year topic questions. So the questions which were asked in the last 5 to 6 years of NEET PG examinations that are very important because those topics remain of utmost importance and those topics would be used to frame about 100 questions in the following NEET exam, and so does it will in this exam as well. Now I'm sure everybody has done the previous year questions and read their topic. So these questions are also a bagger and you cannot miss out on these questions as well. So if we summarize, the first 50 questions were the bad or the tricky questions, next 50 are the easy questions, and next 100 are the previous year questions. So amongst these, 50 easy questions and 100 previous year questions are a gainer. And if you're very perfect, you manage to get all 150 of those correct, which is very possible. Trust me, you're already at 600 score. And those 50 questions, even if you manage to get 25 or 30, I promise you will be in top 100 rank. Now coming to the point why I differentiated questions into these three sets is first, do not waste time on the 50 new questions you're confused about. Just try to read the question once, read the option once. If you're not getting it, read the option once again and the last line of question once again. Again, not getting it, move on to the next question. Because these questions won't decide your selection. These 50 easy and 100 previous year questions will decide your selection. These 150 are what you can do correctly. So preserve your time for these questions and do not waste time for these 50 questions because these 50 questions are designed to waste your time. These are new questions. And if you waste your time in getting these questions correct, you'll miss out on the 150 questions remaining, which definitely you could have got correct. So this was all I had to say. This is a very basic strategy, but students forget this in the examination hall. They waste their time in the 50 questions. Now these 50 questions won't come as a 50 bad batch. They'll mention that this is the bad batch, 50 questions. You don't need to waste time and you need to move on. You have to categorize. You have to figure out that this question is a new question, potentially new question. This is a tricky question. I'm confused within the three options. If you are able to rule out, mark and go ahead. Do not waste time on one particular questions, or if you get 10 questions in a row, do not feel sad about it. Even if you get 40 questions in a row, do not feel sad about it because these won't decide your selection. These 150 questions will. Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you find this video helpful, please share it in your groups. Thanks for watching. Bye.